I must possess you. I must crawl under your skin, access ingress you. You must let me in. I must enter, circumvent you, ride your body, wear your skin. Just open up, embrace me, and let me come on in. I've been working up to tell you, but it seems we're out of time. There's a detail left unmentioned. I am not quite alive. All this time that we've been hanging, to most it looks like you're alone. For only some can see me, 'cause I'm afraid that I'm a ghost. But please don't let this throw you. All else I've said is true. And it's long since I have had a friend, someone like you. But before you bleed on out here and the slender man arrives, if I can come crawl in there, I'd really like to hitch a ride. I must possess you. I must crawl under your skin, access ingress you. You must let me in. I must enter, circumvent you, ride your body, wear your skin. Just open up, embrace me, and let me dwell within. I have wandered for a while, looked so hard for one like you, that the tall thin man is hunting. I just want to come with two. When he catches you, and frankly, that's a minute here from now. Let me in, I'll take the pain. Go to sleep, just lay your spirit down. Now trust may be a small issue, leaving your body to my care. But I swear my reason's worthy. I just need your skin to wear. I must find out where he takes you, where he goes on with his prey. I have hunted along the hunter. This chance may not come again. I must possess you. I must crawl under your skin, access ingress you. You must let me in. I must enter, circumvent you, ride your body, wear your skin. Just open up, embrace me, oh, and let me come on in. I must possess you. Access ingress you. I must enter, circumvent you, ride your body, wear your skin. Just open up, embrace me, oh, and let me come on in. Thank you. Listen, I'll take really good care of your body. Let me just get in there. It's coming.
Hello, chat. That was Possession from Paul Shapiro's Slenderman musical. I mentioned it last time. There's the image. That was weird. I mentioned it last time because we met a ghost version of the princess, and she kind of reminded me of that song, so I thought I'd play it. And thankfully, Paul was nice enough to give me and Khan permission to use his music on streams a while back. So, you know, I was like, yeah, sure. Also, this has been like freaking out for me. I sat on the main menu for like 5 minutes and it keeps occasionally freaking out and switching images. Look, it's doing it again. I was just sat there and I didn't know it did that, so it kind of scared me as it switched to that previous image, and then it's just like cycled through a few of them. So that was the thing. Hold on 1 second, just sorting a couple things out. Okay, so yes, we played this on last Monday. Technically it should have been a variety game, but like I'm already doing Walking Dead and I really wanted to play this, so we're just doing 2 variety games a week. It's fine. But yes, we're back. Last time we did an awful lot of stuff. You'll generally get the gist of it. There's a narrator, he's telling us to slay the princess, to save the world, and then we either do what he says or don't do what he says, and then there's voices in our head, and then it turns out there's a weird void person who I met, and she's trying to get all the different perspectives of the princess. So we need like all the different princesses, get them to the void, so that the void can like absorb them. So we met a ton of different versions of the princess, from a really cutesy one to like a kind of dommy mommy one to a really freaking scary like eldritch doll one who absolutely like broke reality, to my favorite one, which was the ghost one, which involved us just walking in and stabbing her without saying a word and just doing exactly what the narrator says, and then getting stuck in a purgatory of the narrator's making and killing ourselves to get out of it. That's a thing. Yeah, warning, if you weren't here for the last one, dark themes, very dark themes, and possible like epilepsy stuff, and just this is kind of a horror game. I know it says it's a love story, but it is kind of a horror game. But yes, we're gonna continue. Unfortunately, we can't look. This is what it was doing. It scared the shit out of me. But yeah, unfortunately, we can't go see the Ghost Princess again because you can't do one you've already done. It like locks you out of choices you previously made, apparently. So that kind of sucks because the Ghost Princess was definitely my favorite. But maybe we'll get like a happy one for a change. I kind of doubt it because none of them have been happy. But maybe there's one happy one somewhere in there. Anyway, let's just load game. So this was this one. We had just been to the void. We gave them another princess, and then we die. Bring the spectre to her.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
So yeah, if you weren't here before, every time we give one to the void, we go back to the very beginning. However, every time that we just get an outcome for one of these, killing the princess, not killing the princess, we get recycled back to the start, but like the characters remember it except for the narrator, and like stuff changes. So because we were just at the void and we gave them one, things have like fully reset. So yeah, I'm not sure how much these generally matter, because like we've heard them all before, and other than unlocking a couple dialogue options here and there, they've changed much. So let's just you know what, I did turn around and leave before we ended up in the void, but we didn't see it through. I was kind of scared of the void and left. I kind of wonder.
Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
If I like commit. Sure.
There won't be a new dawn if the world ends. There'll just be nothing forever.
I mean, there's nothing forever if we do what you say anyway, so like...
Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin. Good. What we're being asked to do here is wrong. Better to wash our hands of this whole situation than to take part in it. Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about. That's strange. It looks like this path also leads to the cabin. How convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all.
The narrator can kind of manipulate the world here to make us do the story and kind of force us into stuff sometimes, but then other times he like just gives in and is like, fine, I'm just gonna narrate the truth. This is what happens, I don't decide it.
You're really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you? It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies. Forever.
Sure, man.
Killing is such a gauche phrasing and completely ignores the bigger
Gauche.
picture. Your task is to slay the princess because she's terrible and she's really got it coming to her.
I mean, sometimes she's terrible, sometimes she's like a terrifying monster, but then other times she's really sweet. Guess it depends what universe we're in.
But fine, you turn around and trek back down the path you came. Oh, would you look at that? You're at the cabin again. Now, I'm not normally one for superstition or astrology, but I have to say, it seems like the universe itself is doing its best to bring you to your fated confrontation with the princess.
So the first time I did this, it only did 2. Surprising, it's doing a 3rd one, but
There's always a choice. Let me tell you right now that you're making the wrong one for pretty much everyone who's ever lived, as well as for everyone who ever will.
oh man, that's cool.
And here we go. As you trudge into the woods, something strange starts to happen. At first, it's little flickers out of the corner of your eyes. Glimpses of familiar wooden structures through the leaves. But as you focus on your surroundings, you start to realize that those flickers weren't just a trick of light.
This is not what happened the first time. I just walked away.
In every direction, there is a path and a cabin. And not just a cabin, the cabin. An infinite fractal of paths and cabins desperately trying to draw you back to where you need to be.
The multiverse.
Wait, what's going on? But you're too stubborn for that, aren't you? It doesn't matter how many paths or cabins appear around you, you're just going to do whatever you can to shirk your responsibility because you care more about irritating me than you do about the fate of the world. You've doomed us all, you know that, right? But of course you do. Otherwise you wouldn't just wander off into the forest in search of certain death. You lose track of just how long you spend aimlessly tromping through the wilderness. But it's not like any of that time spent lost in the woods really matters, because it isn't long before the world ends and everyone dies.
Oh, that was interesting. It's not what happened last time.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin.
There's like a
And in the
fence or
basement of
wall?
that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her.
See,
If you don't, it will be the end
part
of the
of
world.
me wonders what happens if I go to the cabin now. But the other part of me thinks I got here by walking away, so surely I should walk away again. Heading to the cabin now. I'm definitely gonna slay the princess. Can't run away from the cabin. Being in the oh, that's a cool one.
What are you talking about? I'm sure those walls have always been there. It makes sense if you think about it. If there weren't any walls in the woods, someone might have gotten lost. Or, heaven forbid, someone other than you might have stumbled onto the princess.
Does that make sense?
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. I don't know. I think it's more fun if he knows what we're thinking. He's like a captive audience.
Oh god, we got the contrarian. Which makes sense, but I didn't like this guy.
He might have walled off everything but the path to the cabin, but I'm sure there's plenty of other ways we can ruin his day.
Never mind, I changed my mind. I like this guy. He just wants to ruin the narrator's day. Let's go.
If by ruining my day, you mean ruining everyone's day forever, then yes, I suppose there are plenty of ways you could pull that off. The world really did end last time, didn't it? We should be careful. For all we know, we just got lucky. The world hasn't ended yet, and you are never going to slay her with that attitude. Stuff those pathetic little voices to the back of your mind and stay focused on the task ahead.
Counterpoint. I'm gonna go heck I can lie. I just stay in the woods forever.
You have already committed to my completion. You cannot go further astray.
Aw, Void didn't like that. Okay, I can't stay in the woods forever. I'm gonna lie to him then. You know what? If the Void thinks that I can't just sit here forever and find out what happens, then fine. I will lie and say I'm gonna go slay the princess, and we'll see what's up with the weird infinite cabins.
You know I can tell when you're lying, right?
Damn it, he
Please
sees
take
the
this
word lie.
seriously. I am begging you.
He sees the word lie when I say that. Fuck.
Oh,
That's
warning.
fun.
Before you go any further. She will lie.
Yeah,
She-
lie, cheat, do everything in
she
her
will
power
do
to stop me from
everything in
slaying her.
power
Don't
to
believe a
stop
word
you
she
from slaying
says.
her. If we're stuck going in there, maybe we should believe her. Maybe she isn't a liar.
Maybe.
Ignore him. He's just being difficult for the sake of it.
Absolutely. But I also like being difficult for the sake of it.
Let's keep an open mind.
I wanted to see what would
Cabin
happen.
interior is wrong. A confusing patchwork of many cabin interiors, all projected across what's almost the same space.
Oh,
It's all shifted. An inch here, a foot there, such that the seams are never quite visible enough for the place to make any sense.
so you've got like the void outside, you got the dungeon window, the mirror, the weird floaty floor from when she was like all terrifying. That's cool. But yeah, I was gonna say I wanted to know what would happen if I stayed in the woods forever. But the void just was like, nope, can't do that.
The only furniture of note is a plain table, its legs all the wrong lengths, its material devoid of feature. Perched, the blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. If he wants us to take it, maybe we should just leave it to collect dust, or better yet, grab it.
Can I throw it out the window?
What good is a knife against a world-ending monstrosity anyway? No, we're taking the knife. Have you seen this place? We have
I'm
literally
I
no
kind
idea
of
what to
I'm with
expect.
the contrarian
No
now.
idea what we're
Can I throw
dealing
it out a
with.
window?
I've already told you what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a princess. How many times do I have to explain this incredibly simple and straightforward premise? You can't just say that. Not when everything here is so wrong. Listen to me. My job is to describe facts as facts and to guide you through
An
your
awful
job,
lot of
which is to slay the
just
princess and through
making
that action,
shit be
save the
facts.
entire world.
Like, sure, he narrates the facts, but he also will just, like, bend them and change them to his wills.
And if you're going to slay her, you cannot let fear creep into your heart. You cannot lose yourself before you even get to her. Oh ho ho ho! You've piqued my interest. What's going to happen if we lose ourselves? Nothing, because you're going to pull yourself together. Just ignore the stressful geometry and stay.
Stressful geometry. That's one way of
How?
describing it.
Even if we closed our eyes, you're constantly describing it to us. I'm not going to stop doing my job. so you're just going to have to get better at yours.
Okay,
Quickly,
dude.
if you don't mind. Yes, take a deep breath. I'm all for getting under his skin, but we'll miss out on loads of fun if we shrivel up into a ball and go insane the first time we see something weird. What you're seeing here is obviously real. Just accept it and go with the flow. It really isn't hard. Okay, I'm fine. Good. Now, whenever you're ready, we're all waiting for you to complete a very important task.
It's gonna be like, there's no mirror.
Ourselves. Wouldn't that be fun?
He never sees the mirror.
You won't be looking at yourself because there isn't a mirror. There's the table, the blade sitting on the table, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here.
And the windows.
There's definitely a mirror. There isn't. You insisting it isn't there just makes me want to look at it even more.
Oh, handsome.
We shouldn't waste time preening. If he is lying about the mirror, it might be important. I'm not lying to you. Use your eyes. There is no mirror. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would it even do? So we're all in agreement then. We're looking.
Sure.
You
We
walk
won't
up
be
to
able
the
to
wall
look
next
at
to
it.
the basement.
It's just gonna disappear
It's
like
a
it has
wall.
every time.
There isn't much to see here.
He never lets us look at
This
the mirror.
really isn't funny.
And it's gone.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall.
Our weird,
I hope you know
scaly
how ridiculous
hand.
you look right now. But it was there a second ago. And now it's gone. You know that taking the mirror away from us isn't going to change things, right? We'll find it again, and then we'll see whatever it is that you don't want us to see.
Okay, I kind of want to throw the blade, but I don't think they're gonna let me, so I'm gonna just go.
The door to the
Oh.
basement creaks open, revealing a web of branching staircases all built from unidentifiable materials.
Cool.
Nothing here seems to belong, and the closer you examine your surroundings, the more confused you get, your head throbbing with the effort of making sense of this place. None of the stairs even seem to go anywhere, let alone down. The air here has a sickening, almost sludge-like miasma to it, the kind of indiscernible quality that comes from the blending together of every scent there is at once. An odour that is simultaneously everything and yet the sum of it all coalescing into a thick, nauseating nothing.
We broke reality.
If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably
Oh
doing
god,
her
he
a
always
favour.
says that line. No matter how fucked up it is, he always says that line.
Her voice, a disquieting collage of tone and personality, drags up the stairs.
Yo, is it gonna be like all the princesses at once?
Hello? Hi. What are you doing here? Are you here to kill?
No, thank you. Oh, don't be such a baby. I don't want to do this. Let's just turn around and leave. This feels wrong. This feels like a trap. Like whatever we do, we're gonna die.
Well, I mean, yeah, you have every other time.
We don't even have a weapon. But we already tried turning around and leaving, didn't we? And he threw up a wall. No way to go but forward. And whatever choice we make, whatever she is, we know one thing for sure. And what's that? That the fate of the world hinges on your success?
That we can annoy the narrator?
There'll still be plenty of ways
Hell yeah.
to ruin his day.
Harsh stairs, center, soft stairs. Oh, I mean, I was just gonna go center, but like, when you describe them as soft. Let's go
You step to the
soft.
right. The path feels soft and reassuring against your feet. The stairs almost seem to cradle you as you make your way down, like they're guiding your heels from one step directly to the next. You barely have to extend any effort to descend, the stairway doing most of the work for you. You don't feel like there's any concern that you might slip or tumble or lose your way.
I do this multiple times to take each of the staircases.
But the further you go,
Different
the
endings.
deeper you sink in. First, it's like a lovely plush carpet, your toes digging down and barely hitting any resistance at all. But soon enough, you're fighting just to keep your knees from sinking out of sight. The softness threatens to swallow you whole, to wrest control of your body and surround you in a false ethereal bliss, pretending to save you from the cruelties of choice and consequence. It's slow going, but you manage to fight against the overwhelming urge to fall back into comfort and nothingness, the very struggle to continue forward consuming your every thought.
Oh.
You slowly lose sense of yourself the further you go. Time disappears, and you can feel yourself begin to untether.
Maybe we shouldn't have
sensations
gone
dull and then
the
vanish,
soft stairs.
until the only things experienced are the endless repeating patterns and emotions of the journey, a continuous march forward to a destination long forgotten. Consumption and betrayal, skepticism and blind devotion, rivalry and submission, terror and longing, pain and unfamiliarity. And at the heart of it all, an emotion that can only be described as...
Are you okay?
Oh, hi. It's dark in here.
What the hell was that? What happened to us? I feel so strange. Like I'm fundamentally different, but also still the same person I was at the top of the stairs. Oh well, that was a trip, but now it's over. Time to get back to our old devilish ways.
Devilish.
The princess, eyes bright but otherwise shrouded in darkness, watches you impatiently from the other side of the basement. Don't forget why you're here.
Can I hug her? I want to hug her.
And why are we here again? In case you weren't listening, I'm afraid I lost myself on the way down.
Slay her.
You're here to... He's just being an ass. We remember. Though I'm still not sure if we should trust you. Let's talk to her for a bit, try and get our bearings. She seems normal.
Normal. I mean, her eyes are glowing in the dark, but normal.
That's okay. Sometimes I forget where I am too.
The shadows recede, revealing the
it's
princess's
light.
face.
That's weird.
She's so warm and friendly.
Yeah, she goes really dommy mommy and then really scary really easily though.
It's deception. Don't buy
But I mean,
into
I like
it.
when she's all cutesy.
How strange.
Oh,
So, why are you here?
I told you she'd go dommy mommy. Next she'll go scary.
As the princess speaks again, it's almost as if she fractures. And where there was once just one of her, there is now another. We can do that? I don't like this. It's those cabins all over again. Can we put her back?
Nah, reality splintering.
Again?
Fracturing.
Have you been here before? Should we tell him?
I mean, it happens to us too, all the time.
Nah, let him stew.
Yeah.
Right, I'm telling him.
Oh, come
Yeah,
on.
we've been here before, but we never went to the cabin. We just turned around and left until... It's hard to describe. Until the only thing we could see was the same cabin going on forever. And then you told us that the world ended and we died. And then we woke up, and I'm pretty sure you're familiar with all the rest of it. It seems to me like you saw something you weren't supposed to have seen. If only you'd listened to whatever words of wisdom you were given in that other reality. But what's done is done, isn't it? Whatever you saw last time, unsee it. Whatever thoughts weaseled their way into your head, unthink them. If it's not already too late. You have a job to do here, and you need to do it now.
I like how we're just like sat here talking to ourselves while she's just staring at us. There's two of her and they're both just like, what the fuck is he doing? He's just standing there.
Oh, new plan. Let's see if we can make even more.
Hell yeah. Let's have all the princesses.
I don't know what happened to you, but you look like you're in one piece now. But I understand. Sometimes I feel like I'm being pulled apart too. It's so terrifying down here.
Aw,
But at least now you're not alone. And I'm not alone either.
Yeah.
We're probably stuck down here forever, aren't we? There's no way out, and barely a
Aw.
way in.
Depression one. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba.
I don't remember what it was like before I was
Tell
in
me,
this
mommy.
place. Why would I know what
submit.
happened to you?
I mean... What? Why is this like multiple things at once? Getting you out of here, try and free her. Don't know what you are, but I can't trust you. Leave her in the basement or retrieve the blade are all the same option. I guess because there's 3 of her, it's like all 3 options are the same. I do all of them simultaneously. Well, screw it. Let's see how many we can get.
You can call me Princess, if you'd like.
Okay, princess.
Princess.
Uh-huh.
It doesn't matter. I've been down here for so long. What's the point of a name if there's no one around to use it?
Okay, princess.
None of them have names.
They're all princess.
How astute. I told you she was untrustworthy.
I feel bad for this one. I'm gonna give her extra pats.
Do you need help? Not that there's much I can do chained up like this, but I'm the only one down here. So if you need anything, I'll do my best.
Aw, you're so sweet. Ba-ba-ba. You're gonna be less sweet to me, aren't you?
I don't feel like I've gotten any bigger.
Oh, not bigger, just multitudes.
And what's that supposed to mean? Are you trying to get under my skin?
No. Oop.
She fractures again. I don't
We
know
have
where
space
this
for
is
another
going.
one. Potentially another 2.
Neither do I. Which is why you need to slay her now before things get more complicated than they already are. How would we even do that? Where would we start? We could always start by retrieving the blade. Can we even leave this place? I don't like thinking about what might happen to us if we have to go back through those stairs. Well, that's where the blade is. If you want it, you'll have to go and get it. Okay, this was fun for a bit, but we can't even really interact with her, can we? What's the point of asking questions if all we're going to get is a million answers?
I mean, a million answers is better than 1 answer. Or no answer.
Can't even follow what's going on anymore.
I can. This one's the cutie one. This one's kinda dommy mommy. This one's depressed. And this one's kinda sassy.
We need to get out of here. This whole place is making me itch.
Interesting. I thought this had got a 4th option here, but it didn't. Well, let's just see.
I don't know why I'm here, but there has to be a reason, right? You don't just lock a princess away in a place like this without a reason. I wish I knew what it was.
Aww, that's okay. Pa-pa-pa-pa-pa.
But you know, right? You have to know. You're the only other person I've ever seen, or at least the only one I can remember. Don't give me false hope. Please just end this already. One way or another, just do it.
I haven't met the depressed princess yet in any other run-throughs, so I guess she's still ahead of me. Pa-pa-pa-pa-pa.
Oh, don't be coy. We both know why I'm locked away here. I'm a monster, and the second I get out of this place, I'm going to end the entire world.
Hey, look, it's Scary Princess. She's not as scary as she was, though. She's like slightly scary. She's like pre-scary.
This is reaching its breaking point. If you don't act now, there will be nothing in here but her. Take a deep breath.
Sounds good to me.
Focus up. You can do this.
Nothing in here but like a cutie? Many cuties? Just drowning in cuties?
But how do we decide what to do? Can there even be a right choice when
All
of
the
them are so
choices.
different? Stop overthinking it. Your drifting thoughts have clearly been part of the reason this situation has gotten out of hand. If you're trying to do the right thing, there's only ever been the one option, and that option is slaying her.
I don't really have much room for another one, but like, there was another
Just
thing.
do something. Do anything. Do all of it, if that's what you want. This
Do all
place
of it,
is
yeah.
hell, and it's only getting worse.
Aw, I can't ask the other one. Well, let's do all of it.
Wait, that's not right. Go on. You take a step forward. Your foot lands, but it lands different. You experience a firm footfall, a gentle tread, a confident stride. You can feel yourself rupture. The room spins, your perception multiplying in a sickening kaleidoscope as your very self is pulled in incomprehensibly many directions.
Okay, we're gonna try and free this one. She's lovely. We're gonna probably kill this one. She gets real scary. We're gonna help this one. We're gonna... I don't really want to leave either of them, but I think this one's the one to leave. And I don't know what to do about the sassy dummy mummy one. Maybe we'll just chain ourselves up next to it. Worked last time.
You find the blade suddenly in your hands. All at once you use it to strike at her bindings as you remain upstairs and slay her and leave her to languish alone.
Yes, that was a sentence. Hold on, let me just read that one more time. You find the blade suddenly in your hands. All at once you use it to strike at her bindings as you remain upstairs and slay her and leave her to languish alone. That sounds like a sentence an AI wrote or something, like, and that's coming from me. That's great, I love that, yep.
Is this what the end of the world looks like? What an unbearable mess.
I like this one, we're trying to help her. It doesn't go well. It's nicer. And yes, we did try to kill the scary one. And maybe the sassy or dummy one? But looks like we're leaving the depressed one, and I feel kind of bad about that.
But this... we can't... Do you not have anything witty to say? I could use a good bit of wit right now. No, I don't, because this isn't fun. How are we supposed to have fun if everything is happening at the same time? It's the same as nothing happening, and nothing is excruciating. Luckily for all, nothing and everything doesn't go on forever. The world and the princess collapse in on themselves before it all...
Oh, he's gone.
falls apart?
Yo, triple princess?
I think he's gone.
Same.
We were never going to salvage this, were we?
I mean, this feels bad because one of them I was nice to. The other I stabbed and one I left behind. So like 2 of them are pissed at me and one of them I was nice to.
What happened to us? What are we? There are parts of us that are dead and others, they just don't fit.
They just don't fit.
Well, I feel like this is kind of what the Void's feeling anyway.
We can feel them moving around in spaces they don't belong. It's all so uncomfortable. Did you do this? Did we do this? Can you pull us back apart? Fix us?
I don't think so. But I can give you to the Void.
We should help her. I think we did this. How surprisingly sincere. I didn't actually think our actions had consequences.
Well, they kind of don't, and do, at the same time.
It's a little late for regret, isn't it?
Please.
Aw, it's okay, I'll still head pat you. Pat. I don't think you're supposed to be fixed. I'll try to be nice. There you go, Void can have you. The illusion of choice. When everything is possible, nothing is. Well,
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her?
she's gone to the Void now.
And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
I wonder what happened to us. We were, blighted and, withered and, like, we were, like, swelling at one point. Like, we've not been having a very good time when we look in the mirror.
What is that supposed to mean? Whatever awful thing I felt before, it feels so much worse now.
You're gonna
Just
die.
messing with us,
For now.
right?
You'll be back. Or not. Or both. But I'll continue. Silence as you reach forward, They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. The remains, you're unraveled. Ravel us? Okay, so yeah, like every time I look in this mirror, there's some other affliction that's making us worse. We like swelled up, got blighted, got like withered, yada yada, and now we're unraveled and all skeletal. This doesn't seem to be going well for us, as much as it goes well for the Void. We seem to get worse every time we do this. Or I don't know if it's worse or just a different affliction each time. Well, here we go again.
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet. We're supposed to be there. Do you know what we'll find out there?
Nope. Like the one with people.
There is a warmth and sadness in me at the thought of people. Fresh tears on a winter's day. They are not like us. They do not last. We are real. Nothing is an idea that dwells in the absence of something. But nothing cannot exist on its own. And because of that, nothing can't exist.
Yeah, like a shadow can't exist without light.
These ones are a contradiction, a winding kaleidoscope of paths and walls. They are stretched into a shape not unlike me, but it is a shape they cannot hold.
I said they were like you.
They will make for a rich and vibrant heart. Do not mourn them, for they will finally get to know themselves.
Oh. When you send me back, I'm not alone. There are voices that speak to me. Some of them are me, but one of them is something else. I call him the narrator, and he wants me to kill you. Do you have a narrator? Have the vessels had one? I don't think they have, and I also don't think he wants me to kill the Void. He wants me to kill the princess.
No, their thoughts are quiet. Do you think your narrator lives in the spaces beyond?
Maybe. The narrator's weird, because he knows that we can come from another world and fuck it up, but he doesn't remember when we do it. It's like a different narrator every time, but they're all the same. And they all know that it's a possibility. And they can all bend reality, but they also just sometimes say whatever happens even if they don't like it. They like have control and don't have control. I guess they're kind of a contradiction as well. Oh, well, we know that he does, apparently. I'm going to keep that to yourself.
I am on the cusp of my awakening. Perhaps you are on the cusp of yours.
Do you know what'll happen?
If I did, I would already be awake.
That's true. Wait, there's only one more? Hold on.
One. Whatever you bring me next will be enough. And then gravity will pull the others back to me. I will be singular. A final multitude.
But I'm not done. I've got a lot more to see. I don't think she'll let me. I don't think she'd want me to.
These gifts are a conversation, and each one shows me the contours of your heart. The only thing I want to see is what you choose for me when the thread is fully drawn.
Alright.
The next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are. I will be here, waiting for you.
Let's try and make it a good one. Might have to start this all over again. I know there's a lot more to this than
You're
one
on a
more.
path in the woods.
A lot
And at the end of
more.
that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't,
She's gone.
you make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within.
Can't do the same ones again, but I can try being nice and hope I get a different outcome. I want
The
something
interior
good.
of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor, the blade, is your...
I'm just gonna go. If this is the
door to
last
basement
one, I
creaks
want to be
open,
nice.
revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room
At
below.
least if I can.
This is an oppressive place. Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game.
I can't make false promises.
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Please, come downstairs.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone? I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. Do you think you can get me out of these chains?
I can try. Well, let's talk first.
Okay.
Princess.
Oh,
She pauses, carefully formulating her words before she responds.
you can address me as Your Royal Highness. Or you can just call me Princess if Your Royal Highness is too formal.
Is Princess her name or her title? What if it's both? Could you imagine being named Princess?
It's funny. This is apparently the last one, and I'm doing the same things I did the first time.
Like I said, you can call me Princess if you'd like. I'm sorry, I've been down here so long, I guess I've just forgotten. I must have a name, though. Everyone has a name.
Okay, that's weird. She hadn't even thought to pick a name for herself. Hope.
They've said before they don't let me get the same outcome twice. But so far it's letting me make the same choices. There's one other choice I could make. That's going to get the blade. But I don't want to get locked into killing her. I want to get her out. If I do this without the blade, then he locks the door and doesn't let me do anything, and doesn't let me go get it, then he spawns the blade in here and forces me. do a heckin' save here? Before I go get the blade for a second.
Thank you.
And then I'm
You
not
turn
gonna
back
stab
to the
her.
stairs, intent on.
Where are you going? You can't just leave me here.
That's not my plan. I was gonna get the blade to get you out of here.
You'd better hope for your own sake that I don't slip these chains before you make it back down here.
Slip these chains.
Okay, she's
can't,
turned into the evil one
She
because I
needed
walked
our
away
help
for
to
a
get out of
second.
here. But do you hear the conviction?
This is
in her
why I
voice?
saved, but
She has to be bluffing, but I'd hurry if I were you. You rush up to the first floor, grabbing the blade, both yours and. Okay. If we're sure about this decision, I'll support it. I suppose
no,
we have
I
a
don't
world
wanna
who slowly
stab her.
creep down the basement stairs.
I wanted to free her.
Where the princess sat
Aw.
only a moment ago, there's only a severed arm, its cooling flesh still chained to the wall.
This is a different
And
outcome,
she
but I said
is
I'd be
nowhere to be
nice.
seen.
This wasn't what I wanted. I wanted to get the blade to let her out. But I guess I can't go up, get the blade, and then come back down. Fine.
You're only making this more difficult.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're making a huge mistake. No, you're doing the right thing.
Don't fucking lock the door on me.
You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs.
It's not.
Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day.
There's gotta be
They
another
wouldn't have
outcome
just
to
left the
this.
key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
Okay. I'll be here. Good luck.
You attempt to make your way out
Yep,
of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock
I'm-
sliding into place.
Dreading something. I've made the same choices that I made the first time. The only difference left here is whether he forces me to kill her. And whether I can resist that. And I'm worried that it's gonna lock me out in that one.
Is someone else here?
There's no one there.
You try the door, but it's locked. You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely hesitates
Yeah.
before raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf.
Happened last time.
As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you, the clang of bouncing metal. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now.
No.
Or we could use it to free her. You won't like what
What
happens
if I
if you do
don't
that.
touch it? What if she just bites her way out? Damn it, there is no option to just let her.
Fine. Against your better judgment,
Sorry.
you place the blade against the ragged,
Look at
self-inflicted
her.
wound on the princess's arm, just
Look
above the
how
unyielding
big her
chain
eyes are
binding
and
her to
little
this
blood
place.
around her mouth. She's so cute. A cute little bitey gremlin. Aw,
You cut into her flesh.
I'm sorry.
The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm.
Oh, she's so cute.
Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit. She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal. No, she didn't. She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground.
I'm not killing her. She can kill me all over again, but I'm not killing her.
How is she still smiling after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
Yeah, she's an adorable little eldritch horror, isn't she?
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
No, we won't have any of that.
You
The
won't,
stakes
Mommy.
are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I can't just let her escape into the world. As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade.
No.
Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
What are you doing?
No. I knew it. I fucking knew it. I knew it. You got locked out of making the same choices again. And I said the only choice left was to resist the narrator. That fucking bastard. It's grayed out. I'll pick the last one, because the last thing I want to do.
Okay, there's no going back now. I'm with you to the end.
It's not my choice.
You bring the blade down to strike at the princess's heart. But she's fast. She ducks to the floor, your blade narrowly grazing her backside. Slaying
I'm
her
sorry.
won't be easy now that she's free.
I'm sorry.
We could have gotten out of here together.
I wanted
Were you
to.
just lying to me this whole time?
Why would I have cut you out if I was lying?
I don't know what's come over you, but if I have to kill you, then I'll kill you. Do you think I need both of my arms to do that?
No.
She pounces on you with the same animal ferocity she used to tear
Just
through
kill
your arm.
me.
But you have a weapon. You raise the blade,
Oh, I
digging
hate
it
you,
under her ribs,
narrator.
aiming directly for the heart.
Stop it.
It's not enough to stop her. You feel her claws in your throat, then her teeth, somehow sharp enough to pull apart your flesh and sinew with ease. You collapse to the floor,
Look at her. She's
your
so
body
cute.
unresponsive as your blood pools on the ground beneath you. She stares down at your ravaged form, eyes shining in the darkness, dress stained in red as her blood and yours both seep into the fabric.
Are you happy now, narrator?
If we're lucky, the wound you managed to inflict will be enough to at least delay her escape from this place. If we're very lucky, it will kill her before she can reach the outside
No.
world. It can't just end like this, right? As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently,
Bullshit,
I
you
can't
forced
deny the
this.
reality of what's happened. I'm sorry, but it's over. Everything goes dark, and you die.
It's fine. We'll go to chapter 2, and I'll get to try and be nice again. Yo, the witch. Ayo. Witch?
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin.
Yep.
You're here to...
I swear she also killed me, but we definitely got her. I don't think we got her. Yeah, fine.
I can assure you that you didn't slay her and that she didn't kill you. People don't just spring back to life after dying, and the two of us are meeting for the very first time.
Mm-hmm.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
Die.
Brilliant. We need to keep our cards close to our chest, and I'm not sure we can trust him.
Opportunist.
You know I can hear you, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me. Did I say I'm not sure we can trust him? Slip of the tongue, bit of the old brain fog. I meant to say that we should probably head over to the cabin and slay that princess. We already know we can't trust her, so let's get on with the show. Those are two very Let's say for a moment that you died last time. We were just weighing our options in a morally ambiguous situation. You can't blame us for weighing our options.
Damn, I don't like this one.
I can if you failed to slay the princess, which you apparently did. So great. Congratulations. You've been given another chance to actually do this right. And I believe your other question was something along the lines of, oh, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences.
I tried to free her. You forced me to stab her.
What do you mean?
One
course
of
there
our
weren't any
actions had consequences.
We were killed by the princess, and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me. Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind? If it's the latter, do you think the people there lived happily? That's a very good point. This princess character seems like a lot of trouble, and if you think about it, actually slaying her probably breaks us out of this cycle, right?
No.
We don't want to be stuck here forever, do we? You're laying it on a little thick, aren't you? Laying it on a little thick? What are you talking about? I'm sharing my honest opinions.
Sure you are.
What matters is that almost everyone seems to be on the same page. So whenever you're ready, you can stop dawdling, get to the cabin, and save the world.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and free her again. Tried last time. Didn't exactly work. Oh.
Just be quick about it. She is just a princess. Whatever you think happened to you last time, just get it out of your head before you get to the cabin, and you'll be fine.
Fine.
Great. Now, if you don't mind, the whole world is waiting with bated breath for you to...
Someone's waiting for me to save them. And I'm gonna try.
A warning.
Surely you
before you
won't
go any
force me
further.
a second time. Lie,
You will
cheat,
lie.
yada yada.
Don't worry, I think we've taken that lesson to heart at this point. You can trust us to get the job done.
I want to make up for that time, even though
The
it wasn't
interior of
my
the cabin
choice.
is a mess of twisted roots. The walls a chaotic weave of knotted wood that, almost as if by accident, just happened to resemble a room. The floor is damp and earthy, and the only furniture of note is a slab of mud in the shape of a shelf, with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need
no.
it if you want to do this right.
You'll just say the mirror won't exist.
Very different. Maybe that's because you haven't actually been.
Hey.
So focus up.
No.
No blade. Leaving it behind didn't work out so well for us last time.
Well, I wasn't trying to kill her last time, and the narrator forced me, so I'm gonna try again.
It'll always be here if we need it. Sure, that was also true last time and we still died, but we definitely know what we're doing this time.
Definitely. Oh, mirror disappeared.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase dug into the muddy earth below. The ceiling is thick with roots that hang like locks of tangled hair.
Oh,
The weak starlight from the cabin windows behind you can barely penetrate the gloom here, only illuminating the edges of an opening below. It shines in the darkness like some kind of massive maw, waiting to swallow you up into
ooh,
the
I'm
earth.
getting fun DM ideas.
The air smells of dirt and copper. It's
I
thick
can use
and
this.
wet, as if your lungs are being coated in mud with each intake of breath. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a
you always
favour.
say that.
Her voice skitters up
Get
from
her.
below.
Something nasty finds itself on my stairs. Come on down. Don't be scared. I probably won't bite.
Probably. I'm not nasty. You know what? Yeah.
But you are. You're a wretched little thing.
What? Why does that have like you're a bad little girl kind of vibes? The heck?
I recognize that voice as easily as I recognized your nervous little footsteps coming up the path. I know who you are, and I remember what you've done.
Not by choice.
See? She knows us. Is this enough for you to believe what we've been saying? Maybe, but you shouldn't let that cloud your judgment. She's just a princess. As long as you remember that and remain focused, slaying her will be easy.
Witch.
Easy. Friendly enough?
Friendly,
Maybe we can
yeah.
talk our way out of this whole situation.
She doesn't like us because of the fucking narrator.
You can't. Unless you slay her right away, she's going to break free and end the world. There's no reasoning with what she is. Look, I'm just throwing ideas out there. I like to think out loud. I'm the kind of guy who likes a discussion. Don't we want to hear what everyone has to say before making any big decisions?
Oh, hello, Voice of the Delirious. Very fitting. Very fitting indeed.
Do you want to hear what everyone has to say? Or do you just want to hear yourself talk? You need to stop lingering. Your task is to slay the princess, not endlessly debate about what to do with the princess.
What to do is to try and free her.
Fine, fine. You're the boss.
Even if she's not going to be that friendly this
Thank
time.
you.
Look at her.
You descend the basement steps, entering the dark room below.
Look, she's all cute in like a different way this time. More animalistic, which is fitting.
You can just make out the shape of the princess in the gloom. She's huddled against the far wall, her eyes bright and glaring from amid the thick roots.
And there you are, once again seeming to offer a helping hand while likely hiding the other behind your back. Fine, I'll play along for now. What do you want?
I wasn't trying to stab you last time. There's an asshole in my head who forced me to.
She's acting like she already knows you. I guess what you said back in the woods really was true.
God damn. This is supposedly the last princess that I need to get, but there's so many that I haven't got. I don't know if I'll have to restart the whole game over again. But,
That's pretty sharp. How'd you figure that one out? Call it deductive reasoning. Well, you seem to be
Oh
great
god,
at
I hate
it.
this opportunist.
So, you really don't remember us, do you? No, I don't. But you and the princess clearly have a shared reality, even if I'm not a part of it. I won't waste time fighting you on something that's clearly true. You fought us on it back in the woods. That was when the only perspectives we had were yours and mine. I'm just glad we could put all this behind us. Is it all behind us?
Is it?
Just focus on the task at hand. I don't care if you've been here before, and I don't care if you think you'll go somewhere else after this. My world is on the line right now, so I'd appreciate it if you would take this seriously and slay her.
No.
Let's chat her up a bit first. Maybe
you say
we
it
can
like
find
that?
a middle ground where everyone's happy. Don't talk to her.
I'm
You're
gonna
just going
talk
to make
to her,
things more
but-
difficult than they have to be.
Let's not put it as chatting her up.
Well, I seem to remember you having a tongue.
I mean, I am sorry. Gesture of goodwill. So was I last time. Didn't stop you last time. Ooh. That's bad wording. Oh, no, don't choose that one. Oh. Stab her in the back. Stab me in the back if I help her. Oh, God. Okay, well, I'm gonna just apologize.
Ooh, smart. Let's
Shut up,
apologize to get us back on the right
opportunist.
foot.
Oh, you're sorry. Isn't that nice? You're such a gracious little monster. If you're sorry, then let me out of here.
I was
Prove
trying
it.
to last time, and I'm trying to this time. I mean, I do wonder why she can't get out, but like, I want to be nice. Get the sense you're not happy with it. No shit. I'm curious.
Oh, of course. They're nothing to me.
Uh-huh.
The princess grins as the
Oh,
chains fall
cute.
from her wrist. She could have gotten out of those the whole time. That sneaky little... A woman after my own heart, really. She knows how to hold her cards close to her chest.
Sure.
This is why she can't just be abandoned here. If left to her own devices, she'll find a way out.
Then
Now
why hasn't
stop
she already
her.
left? Oh, look at her. She's doing like colon 3 face. She's so cute. Cabin isn't loud, that is true. She can't leave without me though. We found that out before.
The cabin lets prying little beasts like you come as you please, but it insists I stay where I am. That binding I shed is just a symbol of the crueler magic at work in this place. If I'm to leave with you, and you alone.
Then why did we have to cut your frickin' hand off last time? Could have just slipped out of it and left with me. Didn't need the knife in the first place. Okay, let's leave. I mean, I kind of want to hear the rest.
Is that a joke? Do you think a joke will charm my trust back? You'll have to try harder than that.
Damn, okay. I was trying to be nice. Okay, let's just leave.
Yes, let's.
He's not interested in being friends anymore because of the goddamn narrator.
She creeps forward, taking one cautious step at a time until you and she are face to face.
Look
She
at
never
her.
breaks eye contact, even as the two of you find yourselves face to face.
I want a head pat her. I don't think she would let me. However,
She's silent for a long moment, as if testing to see what you'll do now that she's within arm's reach.
After you, darling. You're the one it lets come and go. It's best if I follow.
yeah, I mean, you turned your back on me last time, so that's fair.
Oh no, we can't have that. If anyone is going to turn their back on anyone else, she's going to turn her back on us.
Nope, she already did that. It's only fair that we do it this time.
It shouldn't matter who leads and who follows. We're working together here. Well, if it doesn't matter, then she can go first. We may be in this together, but that doesn't mean we have to trust her.
Counterpoint. I trust her.
Somebody has to go first, and it might as well be us. We're the ones who broke her trust. last time.
Exactly what the narrator did, but he did it through us, so...
You're talking a lot about trusting someone who, by her very definition, cannot be trusted. I don't know how many more warnings I have to dole out, but if you help her out of here, you're going to regret it.
I'm just going.
That's right. You're the one who's going first. Don't worry, I'll be right behind you watching every single thing you do.
That also puts me closer to the blade, but sure.
That's exactly what I'm worried about. You step onto the stairs and begin your ascent from the basement. The princess follows close on your heels, perhaps even a little closer than you'd like. You're only saying that because you want us to feel nervous. I do want those things, but I want them for a good reason. I don't need you to trust me for my sake, because I already know that I'm right. This is for you. Can we walk backwards up the stairs? I think that's the smarter idea. She can't sneak in and attack if we're facing her.
Yeah, good luck walking backwards upstairs.
No. The stairs are a bunch of overgrown roots. You'll trip and hurt yourself. But the princess is silent as you both continue the climb, and in no time at all, the upstairs of the cabin is within reach. Isn't that a relief? We're fine. Nothing happened.
Why did you have to say that?
You're not even going to wait until you're through that door to proudly claim your victory, are you? What did you just say that?
Why did you have to say that?
I think we know why. You feel something dig into your shoulder, sharp and piercing. The princess clawing at you and pulling you down with her full weight.
That's fine, but doesn't she need me?
Together you tumble
Ow.
back down the uneven stairs, your body and hers crashing against the unyielding wooden roots, until finally you both separate with a bone-shaking thud against the basement floor. You feel something pop.
Why'd you do that? You need me to get
The
out.
princess lands against the far wall, gasping as she struggles to recover from the impact.
Huh, the frog. It was in her nature. But like, you needed me to get out. That's silly, no? Now I can't get you out of here.
You're still in shock, trying to get a hold of yourself. She grins as you continue to remain exactly where you are, cackling derisively as she watches you realize that you won't be getting up. Wait, why won't we be getting up? I'm afraid your back is broken. One unlucky fall is all it takes, really, and you had several.
Well, this is fine. I wanted to get her out, but I'm happy to die to her.
You know what? I'll say it. That sucks. I don't like having a broken back.
Really?
We were going to help her. Why? Why did she do that?
Yep, good question.
It's what I would have done.
Well, you're an asshole.
Have you considered not being like that?
Yeah, have you considered not?
Of course not. It's what keeps us alive. And yet here we are, paralysed and stuck with someone who hates us in the basement of a remote cabin.
You must have known this was coming. The arrogance of turning your back to me after everything you've done.
Not arrogant. You broke my back.
Why would I ever trust you? Your hands have spilled my blood. And knowing that, you should never have trusted me either. You should have known I would never walk hand in hand with a loathsome thing like you.
Damn, I was trying so hard to be nice to her and the narrator really just fucked the last round, huh? I tried so hard. But this goddamn narrator with his goddamn control.
By our very natures, only one of us could make it upstairs unscathed. Someone had to make the first move. Better me
But
than
now you can't get out. Now you can't go up the stairs.
See, this is why I wanted her to go first. I had this whole little scheme planned, where once she'd passed by the table upstairs, I'd have said, now pick up the blade and stab her in the back. And then you'd say something like, wow, that's an amazing idea that I never saw coming.
Or
Thanks for looking
she'd
out
have
for
picked up
us."
the blade and got us.
And then you would have done it and we wouldn't be stuck down here with a broken back.
Dude, why are you starting to sound like the goddamn narrator?
There's just one problem with that. And what's that?
She'd have got the blade first.
She was clearly planning to betray us. And if she was in front of us, she would have gotten to the blade first. Ugh, you're right, aren't you? I thought this whole thing was ironclad, but really it was doomed from the start, wasn't it? The princess's body twitches as she tries to get
she's
up.
not having fun either.
Ho ho ho! So she's got it as bad as us.
That's sad.
Something inside me is broken. Isn't that a cruel twist of the knife? Isn't that so funny?
She eyes you with intensity, silence falling between you for a long moment as her gaze travels up and down your battered form.
Seems I'm not the only one, though.
Yep, I tried to get you out. This was kind of on you. Well, honestly, it's on the narrator, but this time it's on you.
Wait, are we both just stuck here?
Yeah, until we bleed out.
Certainly seems that way. What a way to go. Look on the bright side. In all this chaos, you may have actually managed to deliver a lethal wound. The world could be saved after all.
That's what we thought last time.
We're going to die together. Isn't that a lovely treat? I wonder how long it'll take. Maybe I'll get to watch the worms lick your bones clean.
Is that really what's going to happen? Hello? Are you still there? What happens next?
He doesn't respond.
I think he's gone.
Oh, the void's here.
Something strange is twisting this place out of shape. I wasn't feeling much of anything, but now I feel cold.
Well, I'm just sad. I was trying to make this a good one. And, ended up being just kind of bad. Is my back gonna get fixed?
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And is that a...
Yeah. You always get
It
scared.
feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything.
Only for you.
If he thinks it's bad, I'm with him.
Actually, for me too now.
Okay. If you say so.
Yeah. I mean, it'll probably be
Trust you.
nice. I don't know.
Finally. We're going places.
Wonder what happened to me this time. Other than my back getting broke. Nothing? You're nothing at all. That's odd. Oh? A crow? That isn't right. You can't be nothing. You refocus your gaze. And then you see it. A figure. Faint and veiled in shadow, just beyond the reflection. Are you me?
I think you know what I am.
You. Okay, can I break the mirror? God damn it. You screwed everything up. You made me stab her. You couldn't have just let me take her out of there. She'd have ended up in the void either way, but it would have been a nice one. We could have just let her out hand in hand, been friends, and then she gets eaten by the void. But you had to make me betray. You are an asshole. A crack slides down the center of the mirror, splitting the image and glass in two. And then another crack forms, and another, turning the mirror into jagged shards of broken glass. So you're the narrator. I was wondering if that ever gets sealed. Are you something? Does it hurt when the piece of you? Okay. A piece of you breaks. Oh. Why? That's a good question. I don't think he's been the same man. How many of these can I do?
The narrator, yes. I suppose that's my job, isn't it? You needed help after all, an objective voice to guide your blade. But you were never supposed to see me.
You were never objective.
I wonder how many worlds you've damned to extinction to fall this far.
Damn it, I can't ask why.
It doesn't hurt. I don't feel pain. Not physically.
I wanted to know why. I'm totally okay with just destroying this guy, I'll be honest with you. He was an asshole. Now what are you?
I'm an echo. Likely one of many. Somebody made you after all, and I'm what's left of him. Not that I'm the only one who can make that claim. I'm sure you've met many others like me.
Every narrator been different. You made me, then what am I? Well, he's not what made me, he's just an echo of it. That's a good question.
She is the shifting mound, the ebb and flow, the capacity to change. She is transformation, or most of it. Her nature is why I had to die, for she becomes that which others perceive her to be. But an echo can't perceive things, not in the way that people can.
She becomes what others perceive her to be. So that's why she turned into a demon. She both is and isn't. She's Schrodinger's princess. She if you see her as this scary demon, then she becomes one. If you see her as nice and cute, then she is. Huh. Also, thanks, Khan. Hello. Hi. Thank you for the sub.
So I tucked a part of myself into the folds of this construct to guide you. This isn't the end just yet. You can still destroy her and save everyone.
Hey.
You were made to do this single task, and you will still have a chance to fulfill your purpose.
But why is he so determined on me to find her? Just change and transformation. Why is this guy so determined to do that? To get rid of change. Does he just want stagnation? If I see her as a 2001 Honda Civic, will she turn into one? Probably. Or at least the Honda Civic Princess? Let me just... yeah, why? For all this hubris. You think anyone deserves to live? I mean... can I just will her into something small? Weird. There's a lot of good questions. An ant or a slice of soggy bread. I think I know which question I want to ask. Why?
Because among other things, she is death itself. To rid the world of suffering, to save untold trillions from being lost forever to the cosmic wind, she must be destroyed.
See, you've said that she's change and transformation, and now you're saying she's death. I guess those things are kind of one and the same, but like that death as change isn't necessarily a bad thing. You know, everyone dies. In a world without death, nothing will change. You know, imagine if like the people in power never died. You get like some rich asshole who goes from multi-billionaire to multi-trillionaire who just rules over the world and has everything to his will. Imagine suffering for like thousands of years because no one can die, including you. Because other people made the rules long before you were born and will continue to make the rules long after you've been here. That's not good. Death's all part of the natural cycle of things. It's necessary. And frankly, if no one died, but people kept being born, then, well, we'd be pretty screwed. And if people just stop being born, then you never get anything new. No new perspectives join the world, people get stuck in their ways. You see how old people get stuck on tradition and doing things certain ways and don't change their minds as easily. And then a new generation comes, and they bring about change. It keeps the cycle going. If people never died, then we'd constantly be fighting the same battle and never ever making any change, never getting anywhere. And sooner or later, that would just outnumber the new people. Without the older people kind of cycling out, then you just have new people coming in and constantly turning into the older people and getting outnumbered. Well, there's not much left. Best make these count. Feels worse. Honestly, what do you have to say for yourself?
I do. The people out there are real. No matter what you do to them, no matter what you enable, I want you to remember that.
Well, I guess everyone has been an echo. And every time I've tried to slay her, that hasn't exactly worked, so I don't know what his plan was. Do I want that one? Or this one? This one.
When I broke the cycle, I made sure that the tear was rough. You carry a part of what should be her, and she carries a part of what should be you. Things won't be as they are now, but they won't be nothing either. Besides, anything is better than oblivion. In the end, nobody wants to leave.
2, 3, 4. You're delusional. It's not a question, but like, yeah. Might as well ask
Of course, that is by both necessity and design. This construct you're in exists in many places at once. Any time you failed, any time you thought yourself dead, it would restart and shunt both your consciousness and hers into another world.
Mm-hmm.
But you'll be awake soon, and then it won't be able to work like that anymore.
That sounds. Contains death? Yeah, what am I?
You're the long quiet, the god I made to rid the world of death.
Well, you weren't very convincing. And torture. Yeah, why?
If you need to ask that question, there's nothing I can say to move you. You haven't died. You cannot die. So you cannot grasp the abject horror of dying.
I think you're the one who's afraid of dying. Run out of question? Well, I don't plan to. So, fuck you.
Well, there's no reasoning with a god, even one you've woven into existence yourself. I've said my piece, and my time is up.
Bye.
It's like I said, I'm just an echo, and echoes always fade away.
As the final fragment of glass shatters, you see yourself with newfound clarity. The narrator was right. You are the Long Quiet, a vast and nascent god. Vast and nascent god. And it is finally time for you to wake up. All of this is you. Does that mean I'm also the weird void lady? Are we the same? When you arrive at the heart of things, there is no final vessel for you to bear witness to. There is nothing for you to find. Oh. Aww.
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me.
Not gonna lie, this looks incredibly gay. This looks like a very fun time between a lot of women. Damn, I wish I was her instead. They're interestingly positioned. Yeah, sure. Hi. Well, time to headbutt all of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pa pa pa. 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 Pat 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 Pat. There's one over here, Pat. I think that's all the heads I can see in this. Think.
It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly.
Aww. Yeah, cool. Miss you too. She unfurls an endless cascade of smiles in your response, and then patiently waits for you to continue. I doubt she heard it.
Every word you spoke found
Oh,
its
never
way to
mind,
me.
she did.
I know him, and I know his construct. He was deluded by his fear of death. Pay him no mind.
Honestly, I agree. He was pretty deluded, and he was very much the one who was afraid of death.
Names are their attempts to capture that which cannot be captured. They call me the shifting mound, a pale imitation of what I actually am.
I mean, I guess I see it. You're a mound that is shifting. A mound of lots of naked women, surprisingly. Interesting.
Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it? When the echoes spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning?
No.
Or will you open the final doors to our liberation?
I feel like it's an easy choice. That is true.
Even as your eyes begin to open, you still hold on to the notions of is and is not, of beginning and end, pitch black islands in the blinding light of the infinite. There is nothing to resolve, nothing restraining us but us.
But I want to see the others. You're always going to become there. What's the point of me doing it? I mean, she did just say that I was given choice.
Of course I have a say in all of this. You and I share reflections of each other's burdens, just as you and I share reflections of each other's gifts. If we didn't, the winding paths that brought us here wouldn't have been full of strife and conflict.
I get more options.
My very nature is paradox, as is yours. You cannot use words to grasp at things that are beyond their reach, and you cannot rationalize that which defies logic. But violence and passion are dances that both of us know well. If this is what it takes to enlighten you, then so be it.
What?
A trick behind your back and a trick behind mine. We dance, revolving and revolving around each other, but forever stuck in place.
This
We
isn't
both
what I
move, and
expected.
yet we both don't.
I was about
Each
to
of us
let her
watches
out.
the other instead of ourselves.
I was about to let her out, but I guess are we going over all the ones I gave her, or because this seems like her perspective of the last one, the witch.
But forever is not forever. I I move and you react, and both of us break the other. But broken is only a moment in time.
I forgive you. Pa-pa-pa.
To change is to hold the potential to rise above. Would you limit yourself to what you are now? Or would you like to see what you might become tomorrow?
Could have been better. I won't engage with violence. I mean, I've had to a lot of times. Not through much choice, but...
But violence has defined the thread of everything between us. Do not deny what we are, and do not color our conflict with fear.
I'm not... I didn't want to kill her ever. That was like the narrator literally forcing my hand with that one. I don't like that. I didn't want it to be violent. And she was being so nice.
Masses mold you. There is no beginning to them, nor is there an end. There is only the flood of bodies. And every moment you hold every possible sensation at once, and then you hold them all again.
Just doing everything at once. Leaving, helping, stabbing her, and I don't know what this one is. It's like I'm giving her the knife.
And in the end, you returned it to me. For a brief moment, you were everything.
I want to see the ghost one again. I know I stabbed her, but at least she had forgiveness.
A chaos that needed ordering. But without chaos, there is no reason.
Stop the fight early and surrender. I mean, I don't intend to fight her. I would happily surrender, but I kind of want to see the others. I don't want to slay her. I didn't choose to slay her or fight her. I just said I wanted to know more.
I saw with a single pair of eyes what I needed dozens to comprehend. And now here we are, each with millions of eyes, and all of them opening to what we are. A shiver passes through you as unseen fingers, cold as the grave, dance across your skin. They remember the violence you inflicted on them, and yet they do not return it.
I'm sorry. At least this one could forgive me.
I offer you a path to your redemption, and you take my hand in yours.
Look at her. She was my favorite. I'm gonna give you extra pats. I was hoping I'd see this one again. I don't know if I can actually headpat a ghost, but...
You felt the pain you caused another, and you were willing to sacrifice everything you thought was you to set me free.
Wish I had that chance every time.
Without sin, there is no redemption.
Without redemption, there can be no sin. Sacrifice everything to free you again. See, I don't want to keep fighting her, but I want to see these through.
And yet there is nothing left for you to sacrifice, so long as you accept me with open arms.
Maybe I can do a heckin' save.
There are few things more terrifying.
Oh god, not this one.
And there is almost nothing more terrifying than sharing it with another.
This one was definitely terrifying.
But the most terrifying thing of all
But you know what?
is to leave one's heart unshared. You are the only thing like me, and I am the only thing like you.
As much as she was terrifying, an eldritch monster that very much wanted to kill me, she was also very lonely. She wasn't like truly evil. So as much as you're very much scary, I forgive you.
Could you bear the weight of an eternity alone? Do you dare to shape a reality of solitude and thrust it on creation?
Thank you.
I'm aware of what it did to you. The understanding you've returned to me is a gift.
This isn't really much of a fight.
To question everything is to deny the proof of reality that lies in front of you. By believing in your suffering, you make your suffering real. In believing in your limitations, you placed a shackle on your neck.
I did shackle myself to be with her forever.
But even then, you remembered the impermanence of the material and watched as the walls of your prison decayed into nothing.
To be with you.
To be impermanent is not to end, but to change. And for the world to be impermanent is to make finite the suffering of all things.
This is true.
Would you strip that gift away and leave them all to suffer in their permanence?
No.
It would. Our purpose is to be and to experience, and their purpose is the same. To be permanent is to cease. To be paused is to be trapped.
I'm with her. Just no death is just stagnation. No death, no change, no transformation. And stagnation is boring. How many times did we get stuck? Just sitting there for supposedly forever. At one point we got kicked out the game and had to come back in to make eternity end. At one point we had to kill ourselves to get out of a purgatory of nothingness. Eternal bliss, supposedly. It's boring. No one wants that. As the clash between you abates, you begin to shake, your will rapidly dissolving.
Nothing is immutable. Everything that is exists only in relation to everything it isn't. There is no constant. There is no center. Open your eyes and accept what we are. We can leave this prison together.
I do want to, but there's still more. I'll kill you, but I won't. You know, plan. I don't want any of these. This one. Or this one. This one. I'm gonna save again. I want to see the rest. It's explore, not the choice yet.
This universe dies, and a new one is born. And that one dies, and a new one is born. And you and I get to witness it all, weaving a tapestry of life wherever we go.
I don't want to fight her, but there's more. I've done a lot more.
It is from my vantage point that I can see the totality of truth.
Guess there isn't more. Fine.
Nothing brings me greater joy than to hear those words. The final piece lies with you.
She changed tone very quickly. A lot like the princess, actually. But I was never trying to fight her, so... You fall into yourself. The body of an ancient creature stirs from its hibernation, and you feel a sensation in limbs you once couldn't fathom. Everything here, except for her, is you. You feel your wings spanning a cosmic scale, but twisted and crumpled and bound in agonized tension to a finite plane. You feel the glass of the construct pressing in on you, confining you across infinite sides and infinite angles. You push back and strain against it, but it does not yield.
I love you.
I love you too. Take her hand. All at once, the unyielding tension breaks. You are free, and she is with you.
It's magnificent.
There are no words, no thoughts to describe absolute reality. Something that simply is. So what happens now?
Everything. Just like it always has been. And just like it always will be.
Okay. Let's step into the infinite. You and she step forward into 1,000 dawns and 1,000 sunsets, each of which contains 1,000 more. You exist, and you are aware, just as you have always been. Let me do that again. You exist, and you are aware, just as you have always been, and just as you always will be. Though conflict is in your nature, the two of you will never be alone, and the two of you will never know fear. You and she are finally home. There are no endings, only new beginnings. Y'all, we finally saved the princess. I've been trying this entire frickin' time, to save the princess and just be with her, and we finally did it. Now the question is, do I have the heart to kill her? I plan on going through this again, seeing everything else. There's so many that I didn't see. But can I choose a different ending? Would I really be able to? Spoons the cat! Finish the game. The gut ending doesn't count. I got a special playlist just for you. If you'd like to take a screenshot, you can hide the UI by hitting H. That's cute. Got a special playlist just for you. Ah. Okay. Sure. I wonder if that's based on what I chose? In what order? I don't know. Join the Discord, join our mailing list, join the subreddit, follow us somewhere else, make your playlist, play our other game. I do kind of wonder what their other game is, because this was really good. Explore. Oh, certainly tried to do something. I'm not sure what. There we go. Scarlet Hollow. Turn to the crumbling coal town your family built generations ago for the funeral of your aunt. You won't be able to save everyone. You might not even be able to save yourself. Overwhelmingly positive. There's a dude with a bag on their head? There's a possum? Yo, I love possums. weird fucked up monsters. Like, is there some gay shit going on? Oh, there's more scary stuff as well. Alright, that looks pretty cool. We might have to play that at some point. It's in early access now, but I am definitely adding that to my wish list. Huh. Cool. That's another game for my wish list. Let's go. Make my place. Is that gonna try and open Spotify? I'll click it. We'll see what happens. Yeah, it's loading Spotify. Okay, I don't use Spotify. I'm sorry. I will maybe find another way to do that. I'll see if they're on YouTube or something. I've got the list. It's fine. Well, that was fun. That was really existential. I like that a lot. I get that they wanted to make the game not drag on for like dozens of hours, but it's a shame that you can't just continue and see the other like paths through. I'm sure I could load game and try to find my last save and have some of them already locked off. Issue is, I think this one was after I'd already done some stuff, after I'd given the last one. This one would be just before though. The ghost one. You can't do everything over from scratch, but that would lock off some pathways I'd already done. Otherwise I'm starting from scratch. I'm gonna have to figure out which ones I've done and which ones I haven't. So it's probably easier to continue from a save where like most of the ones I've done are locked off. I do kind of want to do that. Let's see. Graffle mode. Just get through to... Leave it at that. Let's just go ahead and let her possess us again, get the same ending. See what we can do. Although I do kind of wonder what happens if I say no to her possessing me. I'm out of ideas, thoughts.
We could always try violence.
Oh god, the cold. I
It's
forgot
worked
about
for
him.
us. She's a goat. Who says ghosts are immune to violence? Common sense?
I did miss
There's
this
nothing
version of her.
common or sensible about common sense. Action and observation are the only things that matter.
Fine, then let me observe that the acts of killing her and killing ourselves haven't got us much of anywhere.
Haven't.
We're still back in this cabin, we're still dealing with her, only now
With
she
her.
has a good reason to hate us.
I suppose you have a point.
We could always ask her what she wants.
Oh, for the love of... Don't do that. Whatever she wants, it will end the world.
And is that really so bad?
Yes, it is by its very definition bad.
But those are the only options, aren't they? Violence or doing what she wants. Or just leaving her down here. Though ignoring a problem is rarely a solution, is it?
I missed her. I want to talk to this one for a while. She was my favorite. I know its dialogue options I've already done, but...
No, those bones are just a body. They aren't me. Bury them. Smash them. It won't do a thing. But you can help me. This place won't let me leave. At least, not alone. I've tried. Before you came back to me, I explored every inch of this place, even the spaces between the walls. But I never found a way out. I always wound up right back here.
Maybe we should just leave. If she can't get out on her own, then why do we have to do anything? We could probably walk out right now and everything will be fine.
I like the way she sits. She's so cute.
Hasn't got
Just
out
staring
and
off into
can't
space.
get out are two very different things.
It'd be dull, anyway. it's more interesting if we make a choice.
But you can come and go as you please, can't you? So, let me hitch a ride.
Part of me wants to know what would happen if I don't let her.
After all, you owe me.
Yeah,
Absolutely
but at the same
not.
time, I like this one.
Is she asking if she can possess us?
Yep.
She is. And I hope I don't need to explain why you can't let that happen. It would be catastrophic if she managed to escape this place. And if you let her in, there is very little anyone could do to stop her.
I have a moral dilemma. I want to explore every option. I want to see everything this game has. But I also don't want to be mean to her.
Would she be able to see us if we went along with it? Now, isn't that an interesting thought? We could finally bring her face to face.
Yep, anyway. Last slot. Hopefully there might be more. There's a lot more. I kind of want to... What happens?
I see. So that's how it's going to be. That makes me sad. I guess we'll have to fight then.
Damn.
The princess passes through you, a chill rippling along your skin, a disappointed sigh echoing in your ears. You turn and face her as she hovers between you and the stairs. Spectral tears streak down her cheeks as she places a translucent hand on your chest. It feels cold, but otherwise like nothing at all. Are we doing the right thing? Why do I feel so sad? Don't let her
It
get
makes
to
me
you.
sad as
Doesn't
well.
matter. Somehow, soon, this too will be over, and we'll move on to something new. I feel like you all keep forgetting that. Her dark-rimmed eyes fall to the floor as she speaks.
I never wanted to have to hurt anybody. It's not who I wanted to be.
Yeah, I know the feeling.
The tears on her cheeks vanish. She lifts her head, sorrow replaced with wrath, staring into you
Wrath?
with fire
Not
in
wrath.
her.
Fucking wrath.
But I guess you've turned me into something worse.
Damn.
She forces her hand into your chest, and then... Yes? Nothing happens.
Are you sure about that? Something should have happened.
And yet it didn't. We're fine.
Did you miss?
No.
You can't be sure if you first hear or feel what happens next, but it is over before you can fully conceptualize what it is. A horrific splintering, the
There we
squelching
go.
of organs, the rending of tissue, an icy, numbing pain.
I'm done asking. The next time I see you, I'm taking everything I owed. Starting with your body. If you won't choose to give me my freedom, I'll just have to make you give it to me.
She's real now. If she's making us dead, we should return the favor.
Aw. I'll just die.
But you don't swing your weapon. Your body comes to a juddering halt as she rips her hand from your chest.
Damn, I don't like this, but I guess we'll see it through.
In her clenched fist is your still
Heart-ripping.
beating heart.
There are worse fates to suffer than a broken heart.
But that's ours.
Well, that's ours. How could you take it? Thief! What a rascal!
See you soon, killer.
Crushes it. Blood and ruined vascular tissue leaking from between her fingers, dribbling unceremoniously to the floor. Everything goes dark, and you die.
The Wraith. Ooh, there's another chapter to the Ghost one.
You're on a path in the wood.
I'm gonna have to make a new save. Here we go. Off to Slayer again.
The deck's stacked, isn't it? We kill her, we
Cheated?
start
Oh,
again.
this is
She
how you
kills
get the
us as a
cheated.
goddamn ghost. We start again. I'm starting to think we're being run in circles just for the sake of it.
Huh.
Come on. Let's not give in to all that misery just yet. There's got to be a way out of this. There's got to be a right answer.
Yeah. And what if there isn't? Aren't you listening to me? What if all of this was rigged from the start?
All of this.
That's ridiculous. There'd be no point in all this if it was just some kind of cosmic busy work.
I think that's exactly what it is. The powers that be seeing how many ways they can screw with us. Could be it's all some kind of sick joke to them.
Wouldn't that get, I don't know, boring?
That sounds really boring.
Not if they're creative with it.
Oh, the cold's here too.
Okay, so you've already been here. Twice even. Great. Then let me poke a few holes in your depressing little theory. Nobody here is screwing with you, and I can't imagine any scenario where you would have started over
I can.
after slaying the princess. Well, we didn't have to start over. We killed ourselves. And why, pray tell, did you do that? Because you decided to foist an infinite tedium on us.
That doesn't sound like me. If I'd had everything my way, you would have effortlessly slain the princess, saved the world, and been given your happy ending.
Yeah, it's the happy ending part we didn't like.
The ending was the tedium. You locked us in a cabin and sent that cabin to an endless void, and then you told us we were happy.
Well, were you happy? Of course we weren't happy. That's why we killed ourselves. It was awful.
Yeah.
It was boring.
It was bullshit.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
So you killed yourself? Yes.
Yes.
And then she killed us.
Yeah.
Even though she was already dead. This is all fake.
Okay, let's try to get back on track. You're real. The princess is real. The world is real. The people in the world are real. And the danger she poses to all of them is also, quite unfortunately, real. Whatever you did the first time, it sounds like it almost worked. So how about you give it one last try? Because killing yourself seems to undo all the good you almost managed to accomplish.
Why should we help you? So you can just lock us away forever again? No, I don't think so.
Tell you what, I won't do that. I promise.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, sure. That changes everything.
I mean, he did.
I don't trust his promises.
And you believed him?
All this standing around and talking is boring. Let's at least do something. Maybe we'll kill her again. Maybe we won't. Maybe we'll even free her.
Now wouldn't that be something?
It would. I guess we'll just have to see what happens.
Apparently she's a
Thankfully,
wraith
you all
this
aren't the
time.
ones actually making the decisions, are you? You know what you have to do. You have to slay her. You have to save the world. Nothing matters more than this.
Don't play by his rules. Everything is rigged. Everything is changing to whatever's convenient for him. Even the woods are changing.
Well, if
That's
it's
all the more
convenient for
reason to
him.
take this seriously. If the path isn't the same, it means that her influence is spreading, and the world has already started to end. Her influence? I really shouldn't have said that. It'll make your task more difficult. But now it's out, you could always take that information as a sign of goodwill between us and do your job, alright?
Ah, yes. Vagaries. Most goes goodwill. Haven't made any choices yet, so. Victor, except we've been here before.
If I had to make a wager, I'd say yes and no.
Ah.
That's a hedge, not a wager. I haven't met you, but you've clearly met me. It sounds to me like you're hopping between parallel realities, in which case the me you just met here is the same collection of experiences as the me you met at all of those other beginnings, but their continuity breaks the moment you say or do anything, in effect making them all separate.
Yep.
So, yes, I'm the same me, but ever since the moment we started talking, I'm different. I'm not sure how we're supposed to kill him ourselves, but he's asking for it. Maybe there's some way she can take care of him for us. They've clearly all been through some harrowing
I
experiences.
ended up killing him in the
Don't
end.
let their baggage influence your decisions. You have the ability to see things clearly. I suggest you use it.
I mean, I've not gone to the cabin before, but
You're making a dizzying amount of assumptions. Your perceived reality looping twice before does not mean it will continue to do so forever. Those little voices have already drawn attention to the fact that even the path is different. The world itself is at a tipping point. Know that there is always a choice. Even if you were stuck in an infinite loop, there's no reason to assume that the mere nature of the infinite would force you to make any specific choice. You do have free will, as much as things would be easier if you didn't, and you can just keep making the correct choice forever, never deviating. How convenient,
even the
everything
correct
always
choice,
comes
then?
back to what you want us to do. I'm sick of him. Makes me want to end the world out of spite. On second thought, let's not kill him. Let's throw him someplace that never ends. I'd like to see what that does to him.
I mean, this is making me think that I should turn around, but I don't want to.
You
I want to
continue
see
down
her.
the path towards the cabin. It isn't long before you're steps away from your destination. I don't think you need any words of warning. I think you know what's in there, and despite your protestations, I think you know what you need to do. The more he talks, the more I'm interested in setting her free.
I've always been interested in it.
Whatever. You don't want to listen to me? Do it then. Let her out. See what I care.
This one isn't going to be as nice as the last one.
It sounds like somebody's about to crack. There's obviously no point in trying to reason with you right now, especially with all these clowns offering up their useless advice.
Clown.
Honestly, it seems like the more I try and talk sense into you, the more single-minded they get about letting her out. So yes, I'm done trying to argue.
That is reverse
Would you
psychology.
look at that? We won. Take it however you will. The interior of the
Ooh.
cabin is long and dark, a
Weird.
single narrow hallway stretching far into the distance. Curtains billow out from tall windows on either side, obscuring the path forward, fluttering helplessly as opposing gusts of wind rush into the building, clashing and joining and driving everything forward. The only furniture of note is... that's strange. What's strange? Is it the mirror?
Is the lack of a table and knife?
The mirror? No, there isn't a mirror. What's strange is that there isn't much of anything in here at all, aside from the curtains. There's supposed to be a pristine blade. Why isn't there a pristine blade? Great. Something else has been taken away from us. I suppose the only way to go is forward. So forward we will go. Blade or not, it doesn't really matter, does it?
What's there? What's that?
If you're asking what's at the end of the hallway, it's the way to the basement. The way to the basement? Don't you mean door? No, I didn't say door, because there isn't a door, it's just an opening.
Huh.
What are the odds she's waiting for us right behind it? If I were running a bullshit factory... that's what I'd
Bullshit
do.
factory.
Let me assure you that there's nothing there. Nothing is going to jump out at you, and certainly not the princess. The princess is in the basement. He can't see the mirror. The knife is gone, defying his expectations. Who the hell is calling the shots here? Nobody is calling the shots. That's how reality works.
League is a bullshit factory? Yeah. Yeah.
You slowly
And
make
there
your
we
way
go.
towards the gaping maw that awaits you. Your fraying nerves buzz with trepidation, the chill wind raising your hackles as it gently pushes you forward, towards the darkness at the end of the hallway. You can't shake the feeling that you're being watched. We've always been watched. You're watching us right now. Sometimes the feeling is just stronger.
He's not wrong.
I feel like you're trying to put us on edge. We don't need all this anticipation. We just need this to be over. You stop as you reach the end of the hallway, I presume in front of whatever mirror isn't actually there. Here we go. You reach your arm forward into the pitch black of the opening. Nothing. It's like this place read our mind just to mess with us.
Yeah, I mean, the mirror always disappears until the end.
What you looking at, killer? Staring into the void? Thinking about what it'd be like to die again? I know exactly how you feel.
Shit. Where is she? You feel something long and frigid coil around your ankle. Your heart skips a beat, standing in muted shock for one long, frozen moment. And then she, the princess, constricts. Your bones snap.
Yeah.
Icy pain radiates up from the break, a deep cold flooding your veins as your legs, numb with the shock of it, collapse, and you collapse with them. You're met with the terrifying visage of the princess. Her hand grips your leg in a
she's less cutesy, but I'd still had pain.
Jagged from ear to ear, crowded with far too many long and crooked teeth.
And we get to see our legs.
But do you know how I feel? I gave you a path to forgiveness. I gave you a chance to make things right.
Yeah, I know. I did it once.
I thought maybe you'd seen what you've done and feel remorseful. Maybe try to make it up to me. But no, you'd rather use that knife to keep making the same mistake over and over and over. So, here's how this is going to go. I'm going to take your body, and I'm going to walk it out of here. And you get to watch me do it. Completely helpless. Just like you left me.
I say we let her do it. It's something different.
I kinda with the cold.
Do we even have a choice? You always have a choice. Maybe before, but not now. There isn't a blade this time. Exactly. What choice is there if there isn't a blade? Well, unless you have any specific ideas, I think my vote's the only one that counts.
Or even now, I killed you, you killed me. I don't think she's gonna accept that. Like, you know better than me? No. Do you need to take my body? Kinda just,
You did hurt me. Twice even. And I'm not letting you do it again.
I mean, you kinda hurt me the second time, but you know.
I don't think you get the magnitude of hatred that sits between us. You've broken more trust than I thought I had.
Damn, that makes me sad.
Oh, we're past the point of compromise. I'm taking your body, and there's nothing you can do to stop me. Enough talking. We'll have plenty of time for chit-chat once this place is far behind us.
You remain pinned to the floor of the long hallway as the rest of the princess's body emerges. Her proportions all wrong, limbs bent and curling, moving in ways that defy your understanding. Her torso stretches until her face is practically touching yours, her neck cracking audibly as she twists to look at you from a fresh angle. Are you sure you can't do anything to help us? Can't you, like, manifest a rock right on top of her head? And crush you along with her? Not that I even can manifest a rock. Besides, I thought you all wanted to free the princess. Not like this. You don't even have a weapon, so I'm afraid you're out of luck, which unfortunately means that I, and the rest of the world, are out of luck too.
Ooh, no choice.
And whose fault is it there isn't a weapon here? Yours, I assume. There's supposed to be a pristine blade. Whatever you did in those previous lives of yours, you really messed up. Are you seriously trying to blame this on us? Your vision fades as she tears open the membrane of your soul. You're awake. Eyes once again fixed on the long hallway, your vision swimming as the princess's command reverberates inside your skull. Her voice is all-encompassing.
you feel wrong. It's so cramped in here. Like there's some sort of growth trying to push us all out. I know. You rise to your feet, though the pain in your ankle is blinding. Your body slumps against the wall, desperately leaning into it for support. There's another option, you know.
Oh, and what's that?
Don't help either of them. Flip the table.
What?
And how do you do that? You don't have a will to yield. Your soul is in brain of courage.
That gap where the mirror was, I don't think it goes anywhere. Let's throw ourselves into the abyss.
You know?
You wouldn't dare. Move now.
Your body, still slumped against the wall.
I mean, she's
trapped
going to
between
the void
princess's
either way.
Overwhelming will and the blinding pain of your splintered ankle, takes an excruciating step towards the cabin door. The movement is stiff, your body reduced to a marionette, pulled reluctantly along by your strings.
It's not that bad. The pain feels good. Because I know you feel it too.
Well, fuck it.
In a single moment of overwhelming willpower, you tear your body from the wall and hurl it towards the gaping abyss.
I won't let you do that.
Capillaries burst and muscle fibers tear as you and the princess struggle over the reins of your body. One foot planted firmly on the edge where the floor ends, and the nothing begins. It's unquestionable that her reserves are greater than yours, but fortunately for you, the distance you have to cover is far shorter.
Yep.
Enough is enough. I'm tired of us always losing. It's just a step away.
Even if you throw yourself into the abyss, you still lose.
Okay, well.
You throw everything you have against her and manage, for one brief moment, to overpower the princess's hold on your body. But that moment was all you needed. Your foot slips a few inches, and you collapse forward, the darkness swallowing you whole.
Why do you hate me?
I don't.
Her thought slips through you, unheeded, as you fall, and fall, and fall. One end. But at least it's ours. An empire of frigid nothing. I don't think this qualifies as saving, but at least you didn't ruin it. What happens now?
If you need what happens now, you wanted it.
But I want to know what he thinks happens now.
The void?
I don't think you're going to find that out.
Oh? And why is that?
He's gone.
You just say that every time into your head. You left. Gone. It's just you and you and you and me. Idiot.
Idiot.
He's gone. But
Hello again. Terminal velocity ceases, and you feel a something, a mass, a growth torn out of you. You and the princess look at each other for a short moment.
What's happening?
I'm sorry. But you don't answer before she's gone, and you feel a resistance underneath your feet once more. Memory returns.
she's gone. Where did she go? And there's that mirror again.
Oh, it's the weird one again. Withered. Well, I guess we'll see what she has to say about this one. And then we'll... I don't like
I
this.
am a growing chorus of contradiction, a mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention can bear to hold. To look at any one is to shift them all into something new, and to look away is to reshape them yet again.
I think I want to go back and let her possess me. I like that ending more. And then we can just go from the last chance we have. Just do as many as we can from there.
All of me is changing, and yet the rest of me is still the same.
What do you think
This
of it?
one is loneliness turned to seething. She could not find her strength in others, so she found it in herself. She will make for a driven heart. Do not mourn her. She isn't alone anymore.
I'm gonna go back a little further. I kind of wonder what happens if I don't throw myself into the abyss. We can try and... Oh god, no. We can try and skip forwards a little. Go through.
You continue
what
down
happens.
It isn't long before you're... The more... It's... The only... What's the
Skip forwards. Approach the mirror.
You slowly... I feel like you're trying to put us... You...
Wipe it, it disappears, she grabby, yada yada, possessing me.
I still with you. Maybe. Well,
It's just struggle.
you violently struggle against the princess, but all you manage to do is grind the fragments of your splintered ankle together. You can't shake free from her now.
It's so easy to make you squirm. But I won't be crueler than I have to be. I don't even want to cause any more damage. It'll be hard enough for me to walk out of here on that broken ankle.
You remain pinned to the floor of the long hallway as the rest of the princess. Are you sure you can't do anything to crush on? You don't? I know it's not
Yada,
wrong.
yada.
You seriously trying to blame this? Your vision.
Okay.
You're awake.
Let's see what happens if she actually
So
walks
cramped
out.
in here. I know. There's another. Don't help. That gap.
Nope. Let's go.
You toss the last of your will aside and surrender to the princess. Shit. I guess that's that. An end is an end. Let's see what it has in store for us. Your body inches along the corridor, every step more difficult and painful than the last. Your joints stiff and unresponsive, the shattered bones of your ankle grinding ceaselessly, as if they're fragmenting, then reforming, then snapping all over again as you make your way towards the outside world. But despite the anguish, it doesn't feel like the exit to the cabin is getting any closer. If anything, it's getting further away. Please, just let her out. It's pointless, isn't it? I can't stop her without you, and you'd already given up by the time we met. No, screw that. The hallway gets even longer.
Damn, can she just decide things as well?
It really is, isn't it?
I mean, I know she's like transformation, but damn. She can make the choices?
Isn't saying all of this his job?
Well, she's taking his job now.
Oh, he really is, isn't he? I had a feeling you could deal with him for us. This is it then. The big moment. I just hope it's a way out.
Into the void we go. But as you step outside the bounds of the cabin, you feel another violent tear, rending that cuts all the way down to your soul. You are once again separated from everything that had nestled in the deep crevices of your body. Everything that isn't you.
We're us again. How interesting. We actually won, didn't we?
Oh, winning, but, you know.
What is happening to me?
Yeah, she ends up in the void either way. But I wonder if they'll say anything different about it.
She's gone, and there's...
Yep. Yep, withered. Do you have anything different to say?
I am all of me is changed. This one is loneliness.
Nope, same
turned
thing.
To see that. Do not mourn her. She isn't alone.
But hey, I got another one of the achievements. That's nice. Let's go back a little. Let's go be nice to this one. Yes.
The princess swims through the air in front of you, pausing for a brief moment as her dark-rimmed eyes stare deeply into yours.
You're really trying to make it up to me, aren't you? Thanks for being a pal, killer. I mean it.
What are you doing? Don't just let her in. How many times do I have to tell you?
See you soon.
She rushes forward and then
There's a reason this one's my favorite.
a sharp chill spreads across your body. It starts in your chest, a freezing numbness flowing out from your heart all the way down your limbs, your mind growing cloudy and confused as it settles over your very soul. I'm not sure I like this.
Okay.
Can we get a do-over?
We've already had this before.
I'm afraid it's too late to stop now. The numbness gives way to a stabbing pain. Your muscle... You collapse to the floor.
Come on, you. You've got to get up.
Your eyes flick back open as you get your bearings.
So this is what it's like to be you, huh? Disembodied voice narrating your every move?
So,
Yeah.
it doesn't work like that for you? Clearly it doesn't, or she wouldn't have commented on it.
All these shards of broken glass on the floor. Are they also supposed to be you?
Hey, I'm not a shard of broken glass. I'm
It's okay. You can finish your thought.
a voice? I'm me is what I am. Who cares what we are? We exist. That's all that matters.
You don't have to fight. We'll all be out of here soon.
No, it matters. What we are matters. If I'm a shard of broken glass, then that raises some questions about certain other voices in here too. I'm clearly the same thing you are.
They're
Narrator.
not listening to me. Do they not listen to you either?
Not really.
No, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about him. You don't need to know what I am. You just need to know that I'm different from you. More important.
Uh-huh.
So, you're the one who pulled the strings and made me dead.
Made me
can tell you
dead.
don't
I
belong
love
here.
it.
You're barely even there. Like the shape of something left behind. You're more of a memory than a person.
That makes a lot more sense when you know that he's an echo of whatever made me. Doesn't belong here, barely even there. Shape of something left behind. More of a memory than a person.
That's rude.
But it's true.
You're kind of like me, actually.
Also quite true.
I'm just going to ignore her. You push yourself off the ground. The princess is nowhere to be seen. Obviously, she's nowhere to be seen.
Because I'm in here with all of you. Everybody knows that.
This ghost one is so freaking adorable. I love her. I know I've already been through this before, but I love her so much. I wanna just like hear her voice lines again. They're so good.
I'm setting the stage. The room is empty because you made a spiteful, idiotic, and all-round
That's
foolish
just mean.
decision.
You don't have to let him get to you. You're better than that. You're starting to make things right.
This is infuriating. Just whatever you do, you can't leave this place. It's not too late to fix this. Probably.
How did I slay her? But I have to try. I want to see the different outcomes. What happens? This won't be the one I go with, but what happens?
Isn't that an interesting idea?
Slay her while she's in me. Am I just slaying myself?
I hadn't even considered it as an option. Slaying her would slay you.
She won't
Are
be
you
happy
sure you're
about
willing
that.
to do that?
And she can hear this.
Of course we're sure. The decision has already been made. All right then. Better this than ferrying her out of here.
What do you think you're doing?
Hear that? She's scared. No point wasting more time. Do it. You lift the blade, then plunge it deep into your guts. Pain spreads quickly through your torso as you attempt to turn its edge
Does
up
this even
towards
kill
your
her?
heart.
No!
And she just leave, or?
The princess, her spirit bound to your prison of flesh as she had once been bound to the basement's prison of stone, cries out in agony as you slice through organ and muscle. Your
Ouchie.
skin roils and bucks as she violently pushes against it from the inside. Bits of her seep through, white and glowing with ethereal light, but still the walls of your prison hold.
Is this really what you wanted? Do you hate me so much that you would kill yourself just to deny me freedom?
Aw, I feel bad. This is my favorite
Because he
one.
knows what's at stake, and he knows what will happen if you leave this place.
It's just sad.
I'm not so sure about all of that. Don't be modest. You're a hero.
Shut up.
Do you think I'm just going to stick around while you die? Hell no! I'm leaving!
You can try if you want, but I think this is an end for all of us.
Let me out! Let me out! Let me out! Let me out!
The princess's form continues struggling to pull itself out of you, but the effort is in vain. You collapse to your knees. Your vision blurs, then starts to fade.
Oh, it's just
And
sad.
then what happens? I think he's gone. Just like everything else.
Well, we made it to the void, though.
Are we dead? I don't know. I don't think so. This is different than it was last time.
Oh, now she can rip her way out. As the voices in your head debate against themselves, the form of the princess crawls from your body into the vast nothing that surrounds you.
Do you think we're done?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Do you?
This time.
She's gone. And there's that.
That's just sad. Withered still? Withered still. Will she say the same thing?
I am a growing chorus, all of me.
What do you think of it, though?
This one is vaporous. She is a dream for a life she could never have. But that longing has given her so much capacity for kindness.
Aww.
She will make for an understanding heart.
And after we stabbed ourselves?
Do not mourn her. She will finally be able.
Well, it's more or less the same, but we got another one of the achievements. I think some of them will be locked in a way that I have to do the entire game again. That I can't make the same choices up to that point. But, what we'll do is we'll go back to this one. Or not, because I clicked the wrong button. We'll go back to, this one. We'll go be nice to her, let her in, let her
The
possess me,
princess
go all the
swims
way
through the
through.
air in front.
You're really trying to make it.
And then we'll start
Doing?
from scratch again after the void.
She rushes forward and then
I'm not sure I like this.
I'm afraid it's too. You collapse
And
to
then
the floor.
I'll end stream there and we can
Everything
come
goes
back and
dark.
do as many as we can do from the same save.
Come on, you. You've got to get up. I
Next
know
week.
everything feels heavy right
Your eyes flick back open.
So this is what it's like.
So clearly.
All these
Hey,
It's
I
okay.
prefer to be
You don't
nice.
no, I'm.
there.
No, I'm not. You don't.
So
That's.
you
I'm just going. Off it.
because I'm in here with all of you. Everybody knows that.
I'm set.
You don't have to let him get to you.
Let's go.
Your legs, weary with the weight of the princess's spectral form and clumsy with the cold that still pervades them, stumble towards the stairs.
I'm just trying to get home. You don't have to act like it's the end of the world.
But that's exactly what you leaving this place is going to be.
You don't know that.
I do.
Wait, if she has a home to go back to, doesn't that mean that her leaving won't end the world?
It doesn't mean that at all. It could mean that wherever her home is, it's outside of the world.
Yeah, but it has to be somewhere, doesn't it? And if it's somewhere, then it's part
It's
of
the
the world.
void.
I suppose it's all a matter of perspective. Where does the world end and something else begin? Does the destruction of one open a door to another? Or is it the same world reborn? Against the backdrop of the inane conjecture of meaningless little voices, your body continues its ascent up the stairs, staggering through the open door. For how much you hate her, you aren't doing a whole lot to stop us from leaving this place.
Maybe the bossy one doesn't actually hate me. Maybe he even likes me. Or
The
maybe he
bossy
just knows that he's been in the wrong. Maybe he's trying to make amends too.
It's kind of funny. The one you just killed without a word is the nicest one.
Not at all. I'll have you know that I do hate you, and I will continue to hate you for as long as I am able. It's just the weight of it all. It's too much for me to do anything other than describe and dictate. And whine. This body wasn't made to hold you and the princess. If you want to renege on your cataclysmically terrible decision a minute ago, well, you're the only one that can make that happen.
No.
You continue slowly to the door, your feet like lead dragging across the floorboards, growing heavier with each step.
We're so close. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If we get out of here, I won't even care that you murdered me anymore.
See, she's like the nicest one by far. Like, you freaking murdered her, and she's just like, thank you. I won't even care.
You lift your shaking hand and rest it on the door handle, but you pause before you open it, exhaustion sapping what's left of your will. Was exhaustion really the best you could muster up? It's over. There's no use stalling. Let's see what happens next. Shit. But exhaustion wasn't enough, was it? The handle clicks as you twist it, and then the door groans open. You collapse to the ground, you and the princess, free from the confines of the cabin. As you exhale from the effort, you look up and see...
And he's gone.
Yes?
Nothing. He's gone, and so is everything else.
So we did slay him after all. He had it coming, I suppose.
But what about us? Are we just stuck here in nowhere forever? Did taking her out of the cabin really end the world?
We're still here.
Yeah, but that thing you said earlier, are we not part of the world anymore? Are we in some world that exists after the world ends, or on top of the other world but not in it, or have we
In
never
it.
been part of the world?
Okay, I've heard enough from these two. Let's see if I can pop out.
Oh, she's so pretty. You feel a lightness in your chest as a pair of sunken eyes emerge from your body and stare up at you. Damn. That's a view you could wake up to every day.
Anna, you actually freed me, didn't you? I'm outside. Thanks for giving me a second chance, Claire.
Don't mention it.
I think this is where I'm meant to be.
Uh-huh.
She's gone.
Well,
Where did she go?
this that one's nice.
Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
Yeah. You
But it
always
feels
get
so
scared.
bad. You don't need to. Okay. If you say so. Whatever makes you happy.
Well, we'll just be withered again. Yep.
I am a growing cold. All
Mm-hmm.
and yet I
Huh?
It-
Mm.
It says that your heart is gentle. This one is vaporous. She is a dream for a life she could never have. But that longing has given her so much capacity for kindness. She will make for an understanding heart.
This game makes me kind of sad.
Do not mourn her. She will finally be able to hold what she never knew. As easily as you can stand to be you. You are like me, even if you have chosen not to look at the corners of you that do not fit.
I don't plan on killing her. Now maybe just to see what happens, but...
We will know when we...
Well, I think this was like the one before the last one, right? Was there another? How many did we do today? Regardless, I think we can, we'll wrap it up here. I'll click I'm ready to go back and then I'll save them, then we'll end for today. We can try and get a bunch of other pathways next week.
I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
Back to the beginning. Let's go ahead and save in here. Oop. Okay, so I'm gonna end it here for now. We managed to actually finish the game. I want to see all the other pathways. I might have to start a new game to see some of them, but I think we can at least do a bunch of the ones we haven't done, because they're all locked off from the previous ones. We won't end up having to know which ones we have and haven't done, so I can just kind of explore a bunch of them. And then I guess we'll just see what... I might have to play the game again from the beginning to see like the ones that I did to a certain point and then branched off. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll come back to this again next week. But as for this week, I'll be back on Wednesday. It might be Minecraft if I can figure out what I'm doing. I've been kind of struggling with designing that villager trading hall I was doing before. But I'm kind of getting to the point where I think either I try a different idea, or I maybe just go on and do something else for a bit and then come back to it later. Maybe when I have... See, I have an idea. I have the idea in mind, but it's actually making it work and making it look good that I'm struggling with. Not work as in like function. Work as in like I'm trying to get my idea down into blocks and struggling with it. But I might make a ship. I've been kind of wanting to make like a full-on like frigate or something. And I used to make ships like years and years ago when I played Minecraft for like the first time. And I'm pretty sure I could do a really good one now. So that might be something I do. I know Koshi was making her base in the ocean, so maybe I'll try and get started on that. We'll see. However, I believe on Friday it's D&D, Dungeons and Dragons, with Vi, TK, Ravel, and Tommy, as usual. Let's see. Last time they were in the Vitir Tundra. They were exploring and had found some old ruins. And at the end of the last episode, I believe they had just finished and left the ruins. So, I guess we'll see what awaits them next in the frigid cold to the south. But yes, for now, thank you all for coming. This was really good. I really like this game. As much as it makes me sad and kind of somber, it's also quite deep, and it's nice. Nice in a sad way. So we'll come back to this. But I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.